Electing the first female mayor in the city's 106-year history.
Ann McInerney-Ogle won almost 75% of the vote. She's got experience serving on the city council, and she is here to talk priorities and her history-making win. I like that you just kind of scooted Drew.
I was very confused.
She's taking command.
I thought you were putting her in the middle. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for taking charge.
Welcome, Miss Mayor, and congratulations. So let's talk a little bit. First female mayor in the history of Vancouver. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
That deserves some applause. So you've said, though, that this win is not about gender. And why is that?
Because it's just an honor to be the mayor. It doesn't make any difference. I had 5 opponents, and they chose me because I'm the most qualified. I have a great resume and worked in the community for many, many decades. So we're just working on the community. It doesn't make any difference what my gender is.
Well, do you think it was going to be a hurdle that you had to get over? Like, listen, they've never done this before, so maybe this will make it tougher?
No. A lot of the people, when they look back, had all assumed there had been a mayor. When you think about it, we had a lot of strong women in the history of Vancouver. It was a surprise to many folks that we didn't have one.
So being a proud member of Clark County,
yay!
And Ashley is as well. Exciting times. You know, what do we call that? Uptown, the main street that extends to the north, you know, that little business area's really come back and thriving more than ever. Of course, you got the big development along the river being built.
The waterfront.
So where do you want to take us forward? Because we are kind of moving in the right direction, it seems like.
Well, we may just kind of keep you south of us because we've got a lot of things happening. But you're absolutely right. We have the waterfront development. We have the waterfront park. But we also are a region. So we have regional transportation issues that we're working on. That I-5 bridge is a big problem for all of us. I know. But economic development, we're a region. So whether Google comes down, it would still impact all of us.
What of the I-5 bridge project? Where are you on that?
Yes, Madam Mayor, please take the floor.
An extra 5 minutes, please.
Well, Oregon was there for us, and we lost it in the legislature several years ago. So bless their hearts, Oregon was there. You had the money all in your budget and such. We finally have our act together. We're talking about it again. We're hoping Oregon will come back to the table and have that discussion because it is a regional transportation issue. There were 57 big semis headed north in Delta Park this morning.
By getting your act together, you mean you finally have a mayor in place to get the job done?
No, we have.
I hope Tim Levitt's not watching right now.
Tim was on board. It was our Washington legislature that needed to come back to the table, and they did this year and asked us, okay, let's take a look to see what we have on the table, what still works, what permits are still viable, and let's have that conversation.
But Madam Mayor, I'm sorry, I'm just jumping in, Kathy, because this is my state, this is my baby. Where do you stand on, there's still a great debate. We don't want the MAX trains to come into Clark County. That was still a hot topic as to some people wanting the proposed I-5 crossing or not. So where do you stand on, should we bring the MAX train into Clark County or not?
The conversation has totally changed, though. MAX was based on federal money.
Okay.
We don't have the federal money anymore. The money that was there and dedicated for MAX is gone. Okay. It went to Hawaii. So the conversation totally changes.
That's a long line.
Yes, it totally changes. We don't have the money in the federal government to build a MAX. Okay. So as we're looking at it, we have to look at the funding mechanism to see what's available to build. Is it just a bridge this time? Is it a bridge with mass transit? Who's going to pay for the mass transit? That was the federal government. They're not with us now.
In the days just after you were elected, you named housing for the homeless as a priority. What specific plans do you have?
Well, fortunately, we have 23,000 square feet of a new building that we're looking at. We'll put in the day center in the front section, and then we'll have the conversation about how do we house our women and children perhaps in the back section of that.
Where's the building?
It's the old Washington State Fish and Wildlife. It was the old Fred Meyer Garden Center.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it's right next to the new our new Vine. It's a bus rapid transit system on 4th Plain. So it's in the center of that area.
The reticulated buses.
Exactly. So it's in a great location. And so we're having conversations with all the neighborhoods and all the service providers because we can build it, but someone else needs to run it.
Yeah. Quick final question. Your predecessor had advocated for this being a full-time job with a pay raise. Did that happen?
That was nice
No,
of him.
that did not happen. No, that did not happen. And bless his heart, now Tim is back will be back in his full-time job. And I'm retired. I made this commute for 25 years teaching in Lake Oswego. So I'm retired. I can put as much time into this as I want.
No wonder you scooted Drew over.
Oh, absolutely.
I
know how to do this.
That's a good background.
I do believe the first female mayor to sit on our couch during Plant today.
Oh,
Yes.
how exciting.
More history
Good. Thank
All
you so
together
much.
now.
much for coming
We
in.
love Clark County.
We love Clark County.
We're going to stay in Clark County for the next interview, aren't we, Drew?
It's a good thing we love Clark County
Yes.
because, yes, the topic remains there. We mentioned that waterfront
That's
project.
right.
Let's delve deeper into that project. Rod,
Yes.
let's take a walk.
Let's do it.
All right. Rodney and I